This is Ed Robinson of Kensington College, continuing our lesson on C#. We're considering the overloaded operator, where we redefine the plus sign, in this case, to add together the elements, the I elements. And we added together the objects. We added together the I elements of P1 and P2. So that was the meaning that we gave to the plus sign. What about if we wanted to use the plus equal operator? So we might have the equivalent of P1 is equal to P1 plus P2. So well, we won't need the P3, so we'll just dispense with that for the moment. And of course we know that the plus equal operator can simply be expressed as plus equal like this, and get rid of that P1 and we'll print out the I value of P1. This of course is equivalent. P1 equals P1 plus P2. Now the point is, in this case, we don't need to overload this operator. It's already taken care of. So if we run that, it will use the overloaded operator that we've already got. That's not the case in C++ actually. In C++ you have to define, I should say, a plus equal operator as well. Note of course that if we wanted to use the minus plus operator, then we would have to redefine, define as well a operator for the minus, and of course you'd simply need to change the minus in here as well, and then you would be able to use minus equals. Similarly with multiply equals and divide equals as well. What if we want to test the equality of two objects? Then we need to overload this operator. So we might just use what we've got at the moment, and we intend to return a Boolean which will be true or false, of course. So we'll need to return P1 dot I is equal to P2 dot I. Now it doesn't seem to be liking that very much. It's complaining up here about something or other. Requires a matching not equal operator. So whenever we do one of those, we need to do one of these. We want the not equal operator as well. And adjust this accordingly. So that when we run that, we get the result of false, that the objects are not equal to each other, as defined by their I elements. Similarly, if we want to redefine the less than sign, for example, we would change the operator, and accordingly how we deal with the I elements. But similarly, it looks like it's complaining here. It says requires a matching greater than operator. So that's what we need to do. We need to provide a greater than operator as well. And then when we run that, we should find we get that P1 indeed is less than P2, in that the I elements of P1 and P2, one is less than the other. We might also like to increment Similarly, if we want to use the prefix operator, then we need to overload it by simply adding 1 to it, so that we've got the value to start with of 1. If we run this code, we should find that we get the value of 2, as indeed we do. What about if we want to use the postfix operator? Then there's no need to define another ++ operator. That should still work, but the result in this case will be 1.